Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Happy
guys.
Sunday. Woo! It's finally Sunday.
Sunday fun day, live at 5.
So, how is everybody today? It's been kind of a cruddy weather week, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, some
For
people
some,
might have cabin fever. We have log cabin fever, sort
that's
of,
right.
right?
But it's not a bad thing. It's a good
Oh, so thank you first off to all our new moderators that we have on here. Thank you so much for helping us out, joining the team, and spreading some love.
Yeah, and moderators, don't think you have to be here for every Sunday. That's why we have, I think are we up to 6 now?
I think so.
So if we at least have 1 or 2 of you, that's great. If there's more of you like today, that's great. It shouldn't be much for you to do, hopefully.
Yep, hopefully there's no drama, but we appreciate you being here and catching any if there is.
Oh, do us a favor too. If you do get ugly comments from you know whom and whatever, if it's something you think you need to screenshot before you remove them, do a screenshot and then email it to us so we have record of it, and then you can do your delete. If it's something that you think is worthy of a screenshot, we'd appreciate that. I just didn't want to forget to say that.
Is that your housekeeping notes?
Yeah. Also, if you're in the chat, we appreciate if you do a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It helps us out. It costs you nothing. We appreciate that.
So good hearing from everybody.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. So, the hurricane. Some people are probably still going through a mess.
Yeah, I can't believe the devastation this hurricane has caused, especially in places that it wasn't even the direct hit or the, line of path. Still got quite a bit of damage, like Cedar Key.
Yeah, Cedar Key, Steinhatchee, another coastal town up the coast from Cedar Key. They just got pummeled.
Yeah, it's sad to see. I don't know. Everybody that lives there, obviously, or has a business in those areas, is highly affected, as well as the tourism for that area is very affected by that. It's sad to see. It's a lot of time and money and lives are at risk there when you're so close to the water. So it's really hard to see. Thank you, Hot Rod 43.
Thanks, Hot Rod.
Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Yes, we are very fortunate for where we are.
We are. We were blessed. The storm, really, I think we got maybe 3.5 inches of rain in total.
It's still raining, but it's more misty. Of a light misty. I feel like we're in a misting station most of the time, like at Disneyland.
Yeah.
But without the rides.
But the winds didn't really do much here either, 20 to 30 miles an hour at most. Now, other places of Tennessee, we can't speak to that. We really didn't.
Yeah, there are some flooded places in Tennessee for sure. But right here at our address, we are so lucky and we're so thankful to God, and we're praying for all the people who have been affected. It's sad to see the lives that have been lost. So we certainly have nothing to complain about.
No.
And the great thing about these moments is when you see the people that come together to really show their love and support for each other, rebuilding, seeing what each other needs. And that's the moments where you can really see the neighborly love come out, and you see that God is good and he's still working. So take all those moments to really see that and think about things and know that there's still a lot of good out there.
I was watching a video earlier this morning about the coast of Florida, and this particular video was talking about Steinhatchee, and there was a business owner there with a friend, and it looked terrible. I mean, they could barely walk in the road. There was so much debris. Now, we visited Steinhatchee and saw it. We even called a realtor to come out and kind of give us a price on something that we weren't serious about, but we just kind of wanted to see where things were.
Because you never know.
You never know. But because it was on the water, it was on a canal, I mean, it would have been kind of nice, but it would have been wiped out.
There's a lot of risk, and it must be very expensive to get insurance in those areas if you can even get it.
Yeah.
So that's rough. And the cost to rebuild, I honestly don't know how people can afford to live in those areas. It has to be very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I love visiting places like that. I grew up in the Hollywood area, Fort Lauderdale, so I got used to hurricanes and being in the midst of all that, driving down to the Keys very frequently. So I love those areas to visit. I wouldn't necessarily own a home in those areas just because it's such a risk and it's so expensive. But I love to visit those places. They're beautiful, they're peaceful.
Now, in Cedar Key, for instance, you got a bigger population there than, say, Steinhatchee. But Cedar Key used to be located out on the island right across from the dock area. And through the years, the storms, the hurricanes, the storm swells and all that have moved them back. Long story short, there's more to it, but I'm just giving you the short story version.
Okay.
So the weather ended up forcing the town back to where it is now. So they may be forced over time. They may be forced further back. It could happen. Like if I was getting property out there, I think I'd rather be further back and then just go and spend the day and come back. You know, you need that little bit of protection.
Yeah, I mean, the view is beautiful. There's no debate. Everybody wants to be right on the water because it's just a gorgeous, beautiful view. But that view comes with a price,
A huge price.
a big price. So I would rather visit it, you know, and we have a lot of memories in Cedar Key. A lot of our friends have some precious memories in Cedar Key.
Yeah.
So it does hold a special place for us, of course. So it's so sad to see.
Now, my stepmother, who lives in Chiefland, she vacationed to Cedar Key from Virginia. She vacationed in Cedar Key. I don't know how that came about, but
Was
they
it like
ended
a
up.
honeymoon?
Yeah, it was a honeymoon, but I mean,
Well, that's a pretty significant
I guess that's how it came
vacation.
So they went to Cedar Key on a honeymoon, and they ended up buying a piece of property that had been hurricane ravaged. So they got it pretty cheap, and they bought it, but they didn't build on it right away. They didn't build on it for at least another 10 years, might have been 20 years. So they wanted to move into Cedar Key, but didn't, and opted for Chiefland instead. And I guess a good thing they did, you know.
I mean, Cedar Key has brought a lot of people to that area, the fishing, and it's a very small version of the Florida Keys. So people like that peaceful beach feel there. So it did bring a lot of people to the area. I know they're going to have a long time repairing, years, and it's going to take a lot of people's efforts.
Now I'm gonna say this, and I don't want Cedar Key people or maybe a few others to take offense, but Cedar Key is no Key West. Okay.
Well, no, I didn't say it was.
I know you did. I'm just saying. So, of course, you're not paying the prices of Key West, but in the bigger picture, you are paying the same price because you are susceptible to the same storms. And this is repeated. This is over and over and over. How many times do you want to rebuild and lose everything? Rebuild and lose, rebuild and lose. And then your insurance rates go up and up and up, or you can't get them anymore, or you just have to pay out of pocket, or you choose to pay out of pocket because it's probably cheaper than the insurance. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I'm not suggesting that that's it. I'm just saying these are all things you have to weigh when you want to live on a coastal city. I think the price is too high for what Cedar Key has to offer.
Thank you, Wanda.
I think the price is too high.
I think it would be nice if some of those places had more of where you could put in RV pad.
Yes.
There was places when we went through Steinhatchee that had that. And I think they might have been grandfathered in.
They may have been.
But the nice part about that is you could stay there in your RV, and when the bad weather is coming, you just load up and leave.
Yeah.
So I think that would be nice if they had a lot more of that as an option. but it seems that they don't
Like New
like
Orleans.
that as much.
Look at how much money people are paying to live out on the coast of New Orleans. Now, New Orleans, I believe the whole city is in 7 miles in diameter, and no, that could be wrong. It's 7 feet below sea level. Now, somebody might correct me because I'm not remembering it right, but it sits below sea level, and they have to have all these expensive $1 million worth of pumps to keep it dry. So they're manually keeping it dry. If the pumps weren't running 24/7, it would just fill up with water. So why not move back and make that a park area? So when it floods, you just leave. Nothing's damaged, nothing's hurt, nothing, you can visit it. But I don't understand why you have to live right on dangerous coastal water where hurricanes just 3 to 4, 5 times every year you're going to encounter this. Are we going to get hit? Are we not? I think it's too high a price to pay.
I got you, Amy. Also, hopefully this puts more of a rush on that pipeline going from Otter Creek to Cedar Key.
How many more hits can they take before that catastrophe happens?
Because you have the sewage and the waste being the big issue that's going to be tied in with that pipeline. And as you can see in the storms, especially, could you imagine a direct hit if that much happens off of something indirect and you're not in the path? So they really need to get that pipeline going so they can get that waste out of Cedar Key. Mm-hmm. So they really need to look at that more intensely, as they've seen so many storms in such a short period. They really have had more than the norm.
What the hell's in the chat?
What the hell?
Hey, what the hell? How you guys doing? Glad you guys weathered the storm okay.
Ohio.
And
we talked to a lot of people in Otter Creek to check on them. Got to check on the peeps to see how they were. And, they're helping each other out, doing the good neighborly thing, picking up trees and debris. I know we did a lot of that when we were there, but thank God they didn't have anything crazy, just a lot of tree damage, water, of course, the raining, but that usually goes down pretty quickly.
Mostly palm fronds, hundreds of palm fronds everywhere.
And there's a lot of big old trees that haven't been kept up with. Yeah. So I know Zim was out there doing a lot of work, and I'm sure Richard was.
I think the water pump got damaged. The town pump got damaged.
Yeah, and that's why they had lost water. Mm-hmm. I know
that's happened before too.
Yeah, because when we were there and we were picking up in the streets, the water was out because there was some damage from that. But they got it fixed real quick, as quick as possible. Zim's always on it, reacting quickly. So that's a blessing. And Miss Belinda, she's doing good.
That's a blessing.
Yes. So it was nice speaking to people and finding out everything is good. They are always in my prayers, whether there's a storm or not a storm. So we just want good for them and all the people there. And it's nice to see, again, people coming together. Mm-hmm. It's really important.
Yeah.
So
I got a cousin in Savannah, Georgia, and she's been without power for 64 hours now. And they've been notified by their power company, I think it's Georgia Pacific, that they should get power on Tuesday by 10 o'clock in the afternoon. Now,
that's a long stretch. Yeah. When exactly did it go out, roughly?
Yeah, 64 hours ago. I asked her how many hours has it been out, and she said 63 an hour ago.
That is a long stretch.
They've been running on
have water, though, right?
They have generator, and I believe they have city water. They're connected to city water, but whether it's running or not, I don't know. Usually a big municipality has generators.
Yeah, it's even worse when you're in an area that does not have water, so you're on your well and you have no electric, you have no water, nothing's going on. That is horrific.
Yeah, it would be nice to have like a whole house power generator. My stepmother has one.
The Generac.
Yeah, the Generacs are nice.
But that would be nice, but you have to buy it, you have to pay for the maintenance on it and all those things.
The town has one.
The town, yes. Otter
Creek.
I
don't understand.
Otter Creek at the town hall does have a Generac.
If something at the town isn't working for a couple of days, does it really matter? I mean, as long as your phone, you can correspond, you can.
I would understand it more, I guess, if that was being used as
As
a
a
shelter
shelter,
in emergency.
Then it's justified.
And maybe when they put it in, it was. I don't know.
I don't know.
But as of right now, they don't use it as a shelter.
No.
So
the
I
generator,
can't answer that.
It's a little overkill for.
Oh, Jessica said she was out of power for 18 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's still a long time.
Yeah.
I know I've gone through some storms, and if you have a grill, you'll be heating up the water for your coffee in the morning and going over to a friend's house that lives way far away and take a shower. So yeah. I've done those things before. Cooked an egg with a candle.
You were telling me about that. No, I'd never heard of that.
Well, you don't want to have to do that because it takes forever to cook an egg with a candle, but desperate times, that was when we were teenagers too.
In the service too, when we were out in the field or on a deployment, if we needed to heat up our MRE and you didn't have the little water pack that heats up, you add the water and it creates a chemical reaction and heats up. That's the newer ones. But you could just place your MRE on the manifold, it'd get hot like that.
I know when we lived down south with all the hurricanes, you'd be out of power a lot. The streets would be completely flooded. I remember there was one time when we were growing up and we lived in North Lauderdale and we lived on a canal and the whole neighborhood got flooded. And we were little then, and my mom kept telling me and my older sister, Audrey, to stay out of the water because you have alligators and there's snakes and all this stuff. But you know, we were kids. We didn't want to listen. My dad was surfing on plywood with his friend on the back of a Jeep down the street. So we wanted to see what fun they were having. Mm-hmm. People were doing their little rowboats down the street. So
the water ski and the ditches.
And of course, you know, mom's inside freaking out because water's coming in the house and everybody's out there playing like there's a big party going on. Yeah. So I remember a lot of that growing up. Yeah, there's bacteria. It's very unsafe.
Mm-hmm. But snakes and gators are coming in.
But yeah, even in Hollywood, whenever there was a lot of rain, it would typically flood.
Sewers backed up.
And so more people were always pulling people out. Mm-hmm. So it was just the norm.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be away from that. But then when I saw the hurricane was coming up this way, I'm like, wait a minute, we left Florida. What's this doing coming in this way?
It would almost take arc level waters to get us off the top of this hill.
Yeah, luckily where we live is elevated, so we don't have to worry about that so much. Yeah. That's a blessing for sure. So that's about it with the storm, and it's still raining. Hopefully in the next couple of days it's supposed to get better.
Yeah, we had the sun pop out for a couple hours, but now it's cloudy again.
When we went to church this morning, we couldn't ride the motorcycle. We had to go in the Jeep because of all the rain.
Yeah.
So, but it was still a great service. We are very blessed to be able to attend. I'm learning so much at this new church we're going to. I really love it. I like that we're rooted in a good place.
It's super active too. When you walk in, everybody's got their hands up and the music's going. And
you want to be planted where you thrive. And for me, it's really important to be able to go to church. And not just to go to church, but to be practicing the word and improving yourself. That's really what you should be doing, is trying to improve yourself and reaching out to other people and trying to do good.
That's right.
So I appreciate the fact that we're able to attend church. It's not, I have to go to church. It's I get to go to church. Right. And that's exciting for me.
Yeah.
So we're blessed with that. I love this area that we're living in.
Yeah, I haven't found anything that is like that I don't like about it.
I know I've seen some comments. People say, "Oh, you're in the honeymoon phase. You'll find stuff." Well, there's always going to be something here and there. Nothing's perfect. We're not in heaven yet.
But all the blocks are checked off our list. I mean, it's been amazing. Even the big projects that I wanted to get done. I've got them done. They're done. So now they're just little projects. So we're able to get everything we own stored inside the garage now. And so that's nice.
Very nice. So what else is going on? What did we do this week? We've done some deal shopping.
Deal shopping.
That's always
We got
fun.
some good deals.
I've been having fun doing that. We didn't hit any thrift stores this week, though. We mostly did Facebook Marketplace. And we couldn't go out, do any yard sales on Saturday. So
we were in Spring Hill Saturday.
Yeah, there's a Spring Hill in Florida. There's also a Spring Hill in Tennessee.
Yep, and they're about the same proximity from the major town. It's funny. The Spring Hill, Florida is really close to Tampa when you go down, but it's on the north side. Here, Spring Hill is south of Nashville, about the same distance. So we were there, and we were up in Franklin, too. And we picked up our whiskey barrel.
Yeah, and that'll be in a video sometime this week. So yay, finally got that. That was fun.
Guess what? We have lined up 2 more purchases tomorrow. We're back in Spring Hill.
I guess we just like Spring Hill.
Yeah, I don't know why Spring Hill keeps coming up because it's not real big.
But they got what we need.
You got some bar stools that we liked for the table, and then a tabletop glass. So excited to go get those things.
And we also picked up some hedge trimmers. So that was good.
Yeah.
Definitely need those. We only have one thing to cut with them, but it's ginormously out of control.
Yeah. It's like
it's an azalea bush that's 30 years old.
It's like probably 3/4 the size of one wall of this cabin. That's how big it is.
And it goes up over the roof line.
It's starting to go up on the roof. So
it's way out of control.
Out of control.
What else do we do this week? Well, as you know, I started an eating plan. What's it? This week, I guess it's already been about 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So we've been just doing that, going to the gym and working out.
I love this gym, by the way.
Yeah, it's a blessing as well.
Very nice.
So we went 3 times this week. Yeah,
that's the goal.
That's the goal, is to go 3 times. Of course, I wanted the days we weren't going to gym to be able to go do cardio, do some walking, but the weather this week has been bad. And then I just don't know where to find any more time.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it. Where's the time at? It just keeps going.
And videos take a lot of time, making them and editing them.
And then, just so much going on. It's like when we were younger, you're running around getting kids off to school and doing all the activities and all that, doing the grind at work. And now the kids are grown and doing their thing, but you're still running.
We're still busy
in all these different directions, trying to do all these different things, trying to get the log cabin organized. When you start anything, it takes more time because you're reading up on it. So doing the diet plan, you got to measure everything, weigh everything. You're doing all this cooking, and it takes a lot of time. But I feel so much better.
How much have you lost already?
I have lost, I didn't weigh myself today, but last I checked, altogether I've lost 10 pounds. So the first week that was 7, and then this past week was 3. So, and I think that's because I didn't do as much cardio as I wanted to do. Yeah. And also, you got to remember, when you're doing all that measuring, after a week or so, you start eyeball measuring things and thinking you got that measurement down, and you really don't. So you might find that you're putting a little bit too much. So you got to be strict and get back to measuring everything.
Right.
So probably wasn't as much of a loss, but I'm still celebrating 3 pounds. I'm fine with that. But the biggest part is just feeling so much better.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. It's a long time overdue. That's one of the most important things.
I think I've lost between 6 and 7.
Which is awesome, because he really isn't following a plan, so to speak.
I'm not doing her diet plan.
No way. He couldn't.
She's eating cardboard and drinking water.
No, I'm not. I'm eating delicious food.
Some of it looks healthy.
It's so delicious. So I don't mind.
All I've done is I've really just cut out the sweets and the overeating.
And everybody knows that men can lose faster than women. Yes, I'm jelly, completely jelly. So I see him sometimes eating stuff, and I'm just like, it's frustrating. But you know what? I'm okay with giving those things up to feel better. So, and I'm happy that he's also losing weight. I'm just a little jelly that he can eat some of those things that I cannot. But
Yeah, I need to
I
start.
digress.
I need to get a little more restrictive on what I'm eating.
You're getting there.
'Cause,
At least you're more conscious
yeah,
of these things.
because
And
you lose 3 to 5 right away, and then it starts coming one at a time.
then you got to work more for it.
Yeah,
And then
so
the
that's
closer
where I'm
you get
at.
to your goal, it gets harder and harder.
Yeah, to get past the finish
But
line.
it's really a mind game, as most things are.
It
If you
is.
can get inside your head, and you have to give yourself pep talks every day, all day long, it fades away fast. So you are your biggest coach, you're your biggest fan.
Mhm.
Tell yourself the right things and get in your head and pump yourself up. And I think one of the biggest things you can do is just know what kind of person you are and what kind of things you're willing to accept. So that you can build yourself up by inserting your name in a sentence and saying, Therese Granger is not that type of person who's going to eat all this stuff, or whatever example you need to pump yourself up for. Insert your name, put an assertive statement, and remind yourself what kind of person you are.
Your biggest motivation was who you did not want to be like. You saw yourself starting to look a little bit like your mother, and you were like, no,
Well, yeah,
it's not going
because
to be me.
a lot of health problems arise when you
Yeah.
don't take care of yourself, number
Mhm.
one. So you need to really take care of yourself. You need to listen to your body. You need to be aware of what's going on
Yeah.
and want better for yourself.
You got to put yourself first, in other words.
You really do. It's being selfish in a good way.
Right.
And I know a lot of times when you're hanging around with people that are eating all these things, looking all this way, it's easy just to be like, oh, yeah. But you're doing yourself the disservice because it's your health, it's your body, it's your life. But it's your choice in the end. And you just have to get in your head and build yourself up if you want it. If you don't want it, if you're happy being that way, that's good for you.
Yeah.
I don't tell anybody else what they should be eating, but I do hope and pray for them, surely. You?
Guilty.
But anyway, it's just nice to finally be moving in the right direction. I know there was a couple of people I'm talking to in email, and I'll try so hard to get back to you this week. It's been really hectic. I need to get better at scheduling. It's like there's just so many things. I got myself this little scheduling planner, and it's still, at the end of the day, half the list is still there. And I just don't push myself the way I used to, where I just work till I drop. So I'm trying to get a little bit more rest. But that's all about that.
So yeah, we like this gym because it's not really a gym. They call it a fitness center. So they have a track, almost 2-mile track that's really popular, that's adjacent to it. And it goes through the woods. I think it's 100% shaded. It goes
It's
along the
super
fence
nice.
line. There's deer in there sometimes. It's pretty neat. And there's also some picnic areas outside. There's 2 separate rooms. So inside the main room, they have a full-on basketball court. And they got the heavier weights, like the weight rack. And then they have a trainer, too, if you want a trainer. That's all free. And you can do all kinds of circuit training. They had circuit training set up for a number of people when last time we were in there. Then you go into the Nautilus room, where it's life fitness. It's all life fitness machines. And you can download the app on your phone, and you can interact with what it is you're working, and it'll keep track of what you're doing. It'll do your calorie counts and your step counts and all that if you want to keep track of that. So we just started doing that. And that's pretty neat to kind of, set your goals, and then you got something numeric to look to. You
really need to set goals.
You need something.
And that's with everything you're doing, whether it's your health and fitness or just your life goals, your financial goals. Setting goals gives you different benchmark periods to work towards and look at. So it's important to do that. even if you can't go to a gym now, especially with YouTube, there's so many workouts you can find on your phone. You can cast it to your TV.
Yeah.
We really have no excuse.
Working
We,
out
we're
at
good at
home,
making them though,
yeah,
but we
working
don't
out at
have any.
home is hard. That
It
takes a
is.
lot
It
of
is much
discipline.
harder.
There's days that we did not feel like working out. We're like, look, we got to do it. Let's just get in the vehicle and let's just drive. And then once you get there and you start, you're like, oh man, thanks for pushing me.
Yeah, I know there was one day in particular,
Yeah.
I was just not in a mood.
Not feeling it.
I was not feeling it. I was having hot flashes. And Brett said, we're here. Like, do the work. And
Yeah.
I thanked him when we were done because I'm like, that's exactly what I need.
A little push.
It's like an accountability partner. So
it's hard working out at home. Like
it is. And
I've
it's
tried
hard
it, and
by
a lot
yourself.
of
I know
times
with a second person, it's a little bit easier. You have somebody pushing you.
You find a lot of other things to do instead of working out when you're at home. So
Eating
taking that
bonbons.
drive, I think it's about a 19-mile drive. It takes about 30 minutes. But it's worth it. When you get there, there's an inordinate amount of stuff to do. So she does a 15-minute warm-up cardio. I usually start right on the weights. And then we'll do weights for about 45 minutes. She does what she wants, and then she's got some guideline that she's doing. And then I do my thing. And then at the end, we'll get on the elliptical if it's not nice outside, or we'll walk the track. Or we'll get on the elliptical for 30 minutes. And that was a pretty good workout. I think you did 15 and then you did another 10 back on the treadmill.
Yeah, because I don't like the elliptical, but yeah. I know you can burn some calories there. So yeah. I gave it my best. And sometimes you just got to start at that little bit and work your way up. When years and years ago, when I was first training in the gym, I went on the elliptical and I was 2 minutes in and I was like, I'm gonna die. I can't do this no more. And the next time I came, I did 4 minutes, and then you just work it up just little by little.
Yeah. And
you got to start somewhere. That was the biggest thing I learned. And don't worry about all the other people in there because they're not worried about you.
Right. And
they're there doing their thing. And sometimes they might even come over and give you a word of advice or a tip, but they're not there to stare at you and make fun of you. Now everybody has their journey.
In this fitness center, I'm not able to video anything because they have no video, no photography all over everything. The buildings, inside, on the fence, everything. So you can't video in there. But there's about 40 machines in there, life fitness machines, weight machines. They got free weights. They got everything. I can't think of anything they don't have. They even have a Stuntmaster. They have water fountains for the water bottles with filtered water, so you can get nice clean water right there. They have cleaning stations. They have sanitary wipe stations. They have fans everywhere, so you can move them around wherever you're working. The AC's working. They got Wi-Fi up on the roof, so you can be connected while you're in there.
No swimming pool, Jessica. That's the one thing they do
not have a pool. No, they don't have
Bummer, because it would be nice to be able to do some laps.
Yeah,
growing up, that was one of the funnest things to do was go do laps in the pool.
Yeah, they don't have a pool.
It's the exercise you can do without sweating.
Yeah. So this is not a very big base. If it were a larger base, they'd probably have a pool.
Oh, they absolutely would, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think there's more than probably 50 active duty people there. The rest are contractors.
And the biggest thing, too, is making sure you drink enough water because that water flushes out so much stuff. And as it gets cooler, you really have to monitor that because you don't drink as much water when it's cooler weather. But it'll also help your skin look better. I know between drinking more water and then using my NuSkin products that I've been using, it helps your skin be more moist and refreshed.
Rejuvenate.
Yes, rejuvenation.
There you go.
So it's just nice to be able to feel better and you look better.
So this fitness center has mostly 2 buildings. There's the large building I described that has little ones off of it. And then as you walk to it, though, there's a smaller building. It has a racquetball court, a pickleball court, which is in another racquetball court. So it's really a 2 racquetball court building. And they have these 2 massage chairs. And these are high-end massage chairs. You get in these things and you can set a million different settings. We use the what is it, the Chinese massage, I think it is,
That was the last one.
because it runs for 30 minutes and it does everything from the neck to your back. Your shoulders even go back and forth like this because it's pushing in on them like this. It's got these little balls that go down your back, down your spine.
I'm thinking I should have got one of those instead of a couch.
And then it goes all the way down to your butt, and it goes under your glutes and goes like about that far down and under your butt. And then the side of your legs and then down your calves. It has this thing that squeezes on your calves. And then your foot has the balls on the bottom and on the side. And the whole thing grabs your feet and extends your legs and pushes up and extends your legs. And
so that's the treat basically at the end of the massage.
Yeah. So once we finish everything
at
else.
At the end of the massage, at the end of the workout. I'm just thinking
at the end of the workout, we do the massage chairs last. Because then when you walk out of there, you're like, ugh.
They even have a sauna, a men's and women's sauna, which I don't really do saunas. Growing up in Florida with the heat and humidity there, I already thought I lived in a sauna. Yeah. And I never quite understood why I would go sit in one.
But the men's locker room has one. The female locker room also has one. And this place is barely used. I think the most people that were in there is usually on a Friday or a Monday.
And that's fine with me.
And they may have 5 to 10 people in there at any one time. But you pretty much have the place to yourself. There have been times we go in on Saturday and you are the only one in there.
I like that because I remember Planet Fitness. Now, they are much cheaper, but they are very crowded at certain times. Mm-hmm. There are certain times you could go there and have the place almost to yourself too, but more often than not, they are pretty crowded.
And the massage chairs cost more if you're doing that. The water table massager, that costs more. It's an extra level. I don't know. Plus, it's in town, so who wants to deal with that traffic? Like driving over to the base from here, there is no traffic. I mean, you're going 55 through the base, and there's nothing to worry about but deer you might hit. It's just nice. You get out there, it's quiet. You can have 2 hours of nice, at your pace, leisurely workout, and you're not waiting on equipment. I mean, you just walk right up to it, get on. Everybody's super nice. They're helpful. You sign in at the front desk. They also have a what was that thing they called? An in-body or in-fit? That thing that
prints. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, it's in-body, I think it's called. But what it is it's you stand on the scale and you wipe your feet with these like metallic, so your feet will conduct and your hands will conduct. And then you get on the machine, it weighs you, and it does like a 2-minute analysis of running electrical pulses through your body, and it figures out your body composition, your weight, your muscle mass, your fat body index. It charts everything and puts it out in numbers for you. So we did that, and we put them on the refrigerator so that we can see where we are 30 days from now. We can run it again and see where we're not doing enough or see where we need to do more. But we know where. It even tells you where it is the fat is on your body, in case you didn't already know. It tells you where it is. So, for me, it's my midsection. So more crunches, more, back massages, more obliques. So it kind of tells you where to target.
Mine's everywhere.
You just got to do everything.
Most women, men usually have it just in the stomach predominantly, but women, we get it distributed all over the place.
Yeah. So I thought that was neat that they had that. I'd never seen that anywhere I've been.
Yeah, so that is nice as well.
Mm-hmm. It prints it out for you, and they have a dietitian there. They'll even tell you stuff if you got questions. I mean, it's crazy. All that's free, absolutely free. The massage chairs are free. The courts are free. The sauna is free. All of it.
Okay.
You just have to drive there. And then right afterwards, if we need to go into a store, they got a little PX there, and then they have a commissary right next door, right by the front gate. So then you can go in there and grab a few things and bring them home. I like it. I think it's perfect. And that was one of the things we spotted when we picked this area. It had the lake, and this town had this and that in it, and this town had this and that in it, and the base has this and that in it. I was like, oh, this could be perfect. And so far, it's worked out great. I can't complain.
Yeah, when I lived in Ocala, there was a lot of different choices, and I went by myself because I didn't have anybody who wanted to do those things. So if you have to do it by yourself, you just kick yourself in the butt and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be glad after. That's for sure.
But we enjoy being on the base. It's a different climate. It's a whole different climate.
What else you got to talk about?
Baseball season is near the end. I won't labor much on this, but I'm a Braves fan, and they're still in it. At last check, though, they weren't doing too well today. But today's the last day of the regular season.
Thank you, Jessica.
The Braves, the Mets, and the Diamondbacks are all trying to get into 2 slots, and there's 3 teams, so something has to give.
And I don't really follow sports,
Yeah,
so if you hear any sports talk, it's not from me.
But that's all I got to say about that.
I do like a good hockey game, though.
Oh, yeah. There was some good hockey games at the end of last year, wasn't it?
Yes. Yep, I definitely enjoy. I used to go to a couple of the Panthers game when I lived down there.
There's probably some Oiler fans in the chat, and we apologize ahead of time.
Why do you always say we? Am I in your pocket or something?
Yeah, I like to poke at the Canadians a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit of fun poking.
All right. What else you got?
I think that's it. You want to talk about memberships a little bit?
You did?
You did? We got a new something we're going to try to do with the memberships. We're going to try to pick a topic at random, and we'll either do a video or a live, and we're going to talk about that topic. So, memberships are a little bit more personal. So we would like to maybe start out with talking about something we're familiar with, and we'll talk about probably our upbringing in general, like where I grew up and what I did, and you might talk about where you grew up and what you did, and then we'll just kind of expand upon that. So we thought we would start with that. We'd pick a topic and go with. There'll be other topics. It won't be just about us.
And if any of the members have any suggestions on any topics they would like us to do,
topics for the memberships, then we can do kind of a one-on-one with that.
Yeah, we haven't been able to schedule anything, so they're usually on the fly. Mm-hmm. Because the schedule is just so erratic anyway. And I don't know if it's ever going to be calmer.
We've been wanting to get out on a boat, but we couldn't get out there this week.
Yeah, the weather was awful this week. But even when we're done with the projects here and we don't need to buy any other stuff here, we'll be out traveling more. Mm-hmm. So the schedule is always going to be up in the air. So I'm not going to try to schedule the members only videos or lives that we do. So those just be thrown up on the fly without much notice. Sorry about that. But that's the only way really to get it. And sometimes the week just flies by so fast and it's like Friday. I'm like, oh my goodness, we haven't done our members only yet. Yeah. So we're going to pay a little more attention to that. We do appreciate all our members. We do have 2 levels of membership. The first one is the Snowbird, and that one's $4.99, and that just has some emojis,
the badges,
and the second level is the Resident at $9.99 a month, and you get once a week. We'll do either a live or a video. Sometimes they're half an hour, sometimes they're an hour and a half. You just never know. Right. But we want to thank you all for supporting us. Yep. It does help us a lot.
And if you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button because that helps a lot too. It's free for you to do. Just hit it.
And we thank all our subscribers too. It's free to subscribe. Mm-hmm. The membership is a $4.99 or $9.99 a month, but the subscribing is free, and we thank you all for that.
Yep.
We thank you all for your support and your love. I love getting emails where people are just checking up on us and sending their support and love. It's much appreciated. I've had different people send me emails telling me about different experiences they've had growing up and sharing their personal stories. And I really appreciate being able to connect with people. And it's special to me. So I really appreciate anytime anybody reaches out. Our email address is madammayorsadventures@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any questions in the chat that we might want to entertain? I can't read it from here. So
I know. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And we were trying to do better at focusing on the camera
Right.
and not reading all the comments. But if anybody has any questions, you can throw them up in the chat right now, and I'll try to get to that. Did you want to do mail?
Oh yeah, I can do mail while the questions. You can watch the questions. I almost forgot about the mail.
He's over there asleep at the wheel.
We've got mail.
Are you my mailman?
Yes.
Are you going to be delivering?
We're delivering.
Don't be throwing those packages now. Say no to the throw.
So these are from Paul, and it's a lot.
Yes, Paul sent
a
us
stack
a
of
stack
stuff.
of goodies, like some really, really cool stuff.
Whole bunch of patriotic stuff.
Those are so cute.
I'll show you a few of them.
We did not get any flooding right near us, no. There was flooding in Tennessee, but it wasn't near us.
They're just little cardboard cutouts that have a loop on them, and then it comes with some rope, and you can string them up.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty
There's
neat.
a whole bunch of
A
different
lot of
ones.
them are military, which I appreciate.
Are we planning on heading to the Otter Creek Train Festival?
Probably not.
I'm going to say there's
But-
probably a 90% chance we will not be going to the festival. I will leave 10% open because you never know. You just never know what kind of things happen sometimes.
And weather dictates a
So
lot,
I never
too.
say never, but I'm 90% sure we will not be there for that. But we'll be cheering them on if we do not get to attend and hoping everything does go well. Those are pretty neat.
These are a bunch of spoons, but I think they're stirrers.
They look like different shovels.
They look like little stirrers. They're shovels.
Is that so you can shovel your food in? Because
Maybe.
we're on a diet. We're going to shovel that food in. Shovel the lettuce.
Yeah, they're shovels. And then there's like 5 or 6 lights here. They plug into a USB, and they're very bright.
I've never seen lights like that, so that was pretty neat.
Yeah, we put one in the kitchen in there. They plug right into the USB, and they're bright. There's a few of those.
I thought this was funny.
Oh, this keychain thing. This is a keychain.
Is that what happens when you take too long on the toilet?
That was funny.
So funny.
Maybe that's Halloween.
You got to drink more water if you're taking that long on the toilet.
This looks like
Or
a
eat more
magnetic
fiber.
for the car.
Oh, yeah, that is very nice. The last we talked to Lloyd, he's doing well. And he's just thankful to be where he is.
Yeah. And his health is getting better. He's getting some
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
This is my personal favorite out of everything. Only Jesus can make America great again. Amen. So I love that one. And then there's some really big flags. You're going to have to stand up,
I think so, yeah.
Am I going to have to get out of your way?
I'll have to get out of my own way here.
You might have to put it in front of me.
Woo.
This one's really cool too. I like it a lot. In your face. In your face.
These
Is
might
that
end up-
how you flag someone?
I might hang these up in the garage.
Oh, garage flags.
Garage flag.
But yeah, those are so pretty too. Oh, another flag. I'm gonna get flagged. In your face.
Born, raised, and protected
In your face, baby.
by God, guns, guts, and glory.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Thank you, Paul. And there's still more.
Yeah, there's more. Don't wait. Don't go. Whole bunch of knick-knack stuff.
Thank you, Jessica and Melanie. They did put the addresses up in the chat if people were wondering where to send things to, and for the Amazon wish list. This one is so cool too, and I know exactly where that's going.
Yes. So up in the loft, there is one wall that's open. It's open to see. You can see up there. So this would act as a curtain. You can put it on a curtain rod, which the curtain rod already exists because they left it here.
And we might move our studio up there.
And this is a 2-part curtain. See how it's tied there? And when it's hanging straight, it's a flag. And it's kind of long, so it's hard to get in the picture. But this would be like a curtain up there, and then you'd be able to see it from down here. It would look really cool. So we got a spot for this.
And there's still more. And I love this one too. So many good things, Paul. I miss the America I grew up in.
Yeah.
That is right. And I know a lot of people will agree with that statement. That is cool too. Thank you to all our veterans out there. We really appreciate you. Without the sacrifices you have made, we wouldn't be able to live in the country that we live in or the wonderful quality of life that we do have here.
We wouldn't be able to do live streams.
So we do thank all our veterans. Thank you so much, Paul. We really appreciate your thoughtfulness and we love your taste.
Yeah, good taste.
Definitely good taste. We love it.
I'm just going to kick the chair to the side for a minute.
Keep kicking the chair. And then this is super cool. I love it so much.
We don't know who this is from.
I do know who this is from.
Oh, you do? Okay.
This is from Jessica. Thank you, Jessica.
That'll definitely go somewhere on the wall.
I absolutely love it. So thoughtful of you.
And then somebody really went out of their way. No name on this.
Yeah, I don't know who got this. If you did get this, please comment or send me an email. This is a salad spinner.
She's been using it every day. Even the day we got it in the mail, we had to put it back in the box.
Spinner is so awesome. It holds so much lettuce. I love it. I've never had a salad spinner before. This thing is awesome. It helps make dieting so much easier when you have the right stuff that cuts out some of your time. Thank you, bestie Jessica.
Very nice bowl. Appreciate that. She's already using it.
Yes, I use that and my vegetable spiraler so much because you make zucchini noodles. They are very healthy for you. So that's one of the biggest things, doing all the food prep, spending so much time in the kitchen. So you don't want a million kitchen appliances, but there's a few tools that definitely make life easier, which makes it easier to do some good, clean eating. And that's the ticket. I've been eating the zucchini noodles every night for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes some time to make. And then usually salad is always with the lunch. And one of the great snacks that I love on this eating plan are these protein oatmeal.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Bites. They're like these round
protein
oatmeal
balls.
Protein peanut butter balls. They're so
they got
good.
Peanut butter in them. I can eat it.
So that's the one thing I will say on this eating plan. I'm not hungry throughout the day. It's good, delicious food, and it's very tasty. So I'm very pleased with it.
We'll have to figure out a way you can make that stuff on the road too.
Yes, that'll be a tough one when we're in the RV, sticking to all those things, and you have a smaller refrigerator. So again, it's going to be a big mind, wrapping your mind around it all and making sure you're prepared and always having snacks, because there's a lot of free foods that don't have a ton of calories that you can carry little snacks with you. Meal prep is key. So that's the biggest thing. So thank you so much for that salad spinner. I really appreciate everybody's love and support and thoughtfulness. And I love the sense of humor with some of the cool stuff people send us and just the love. It's
overwhelming.
So nice.
It's really nice. And it makes doing the work for this channel worth it.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of work involved.
And it's good to know in this world that there's good, there's love, there's support. It's what we need to do for each other. Just show each other love. And it makes such a difference. It's, you have this little bit that is your circle, but that gets bigger and bigger with each person. You know, it's like a domino effect, and your kindness could just expand into so much until there's so much light and goodness that there's no more dark left.
Hey, has that video released where we went back to Winchester and did a second video? Not Winchester, Lynchburg.
Nope.
Okay.
I think that's tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So
we'll be back in Lynchburg.
We run into a follower out there, so it's
so that was so cool. Yeah. We got to meet a friend.
Yeah.
So I love seeing that. I'm always a little surprised when we see someone, and sometimes I'm like, oh.
And who are you? Who are you with? Oh, I watch your channel and I follow what the hell.
So it's so sweet. And you know, you never know with all the negativity and good going on, you don't know sometimes who's friend, who's foe. So sometimes you're a little apprehensive at first. And I've never had to think that way before. Yeah. So I don't like that. And I don't want a hard heart or anything like that. So sometimes it could be, you're a little nervous at first when you meet people because you don't know people's intentions. And
we don't mind meeting new friends.
But I love meeting wonderful, good people.
We don't mind making friends, even if, you know, through the channel, that's fine. Just don't be a stalker. But, you know, we haven't had much of that. So,
well, you don't need much. So
yeah, don't take but one, does it?
You know, just support each other in good ways. And try not to deal with any negativity. It's not healthy. You know, what you watch on TV, YouTube apps, what you listen to in your music, all these things have effect on your day, as well as what you're eating, garbage in, garbage out.
And it's your character.
Surround yourself with positive
It starts
input.
To negatively affect your character.
So sometimes you just need to, I know some people, they'll go on media cleanses where they don't go on Facebook or any of the different things at times because they're getting too much negativity. You don't have to exactly do that. Just stay away from all the negativity and boost yourself up with positive people and positive things throughout the day. If you're having a bad day, maybe you need to listen to a sermon, or you just need to listen to some healing frequencies. Some people like to listen to that. Whatever it is that just clears your head, give yourself some you time.
Reset.
Yes, exactly. Hit that reset button. It's very important to take care of yourself.
You can hit it as much as you want.
Sure can. It's your life. It's your world. You get to choose. Everything you watch, listen to, eat, it's all your choice.
Yeah.
So choose wisely.
Don't let others choose for you.
That's right.
They can recommend, but you decide.
Yep. And do your research. Don't just listen to what everybody says. Look for the fruits of the labor. Yep. Look for all those things.
If you see a pattern, that's probably what they are about and what they're going to continue to do.
And pray. The power of prayer is so amazing. Pray for the people that are doing wrong. Pray for the people that have done you wrong. You will be surprised at what happens when you start praying for those people. And you, first off, you release it and you let it go. I'm not saying to go hang out with these people again or anything like that have done you wrong, but you can be at a distance and pray for them and want good for them. And the difference that's made within yourself as well as on the other ends will amaze you. Give it a try. Yep. That's what I have to say about
that. Good
that.
Advice.
So, and it's just not good to hold all that inside. Anybody else have anything they'd like to know? Somebody was asking if we've been served.
So yes, we have been served. I think we were or are the first to be served. But you know why that is? Because Tennessee's on top of it. Florida, they lag behind in time, so it may take a while. Plus, the sheriff's department is who serves out there. We had a process server, and the lady was really nice. She walked up to the door. I answered the door, and she goes, "Are you so-and-so?" I already know where this is going. I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And she goes, "Well, I'm a process server, and I have some paperwork for you." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She goes, "Is Therese here too?" I says, "Yes, she is." She goes, "I have some paperwork for her as well." I said, "Okay." She goes, "Oh, so you're expecting this?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." So it's like,
So short story long,
that
yes.
was it. Ooh, we got
So-
served. But it's great because it gives us a voice now.
And
that
we're not going to
voice,
talk
we're-
about anything.
We're not going to talk about anything. But that voice is coming. First to the courts, and then we'll share it with you.
Yep, when all said and done. No
It's-
biggie.
It's disappointing, but it's
very disappointing.
It's
that's all.
That's all it is. It's a nagging little thing, but we're not going to let it bother us.
So what we got going on this week?
Well, a lot depends on what the weather's going to be doing, but we want to get up to Kentucky maybe and see Ark Encounters. I've been looking at that a little bit.
Yes, I so want to go. And I think right now, spiritually, that would be the perfect trip to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the weather doesn't have to be perfect for that. It just,
Nope. If you wait for perfect, you're going to be waiting a long time.
And there's something else up there with it. But we want to do a little, like a short trip, because we're going to be doing a study pretty soon on Tuesday nights out at the church, following Jesus. So we don't want to miss those. There's 7 weeks. But we can get up there and spend 3 to 5 days on a trip and come back.
So I think
we should be able to get them both in.
That should be our next little trip. Don't know exactly when we'll be leaving or when we'll be back, but you guys will know about it, of course.
Yeah, we'll know about it.
Because we'll be sharing that awesome journey with you. So I look forward to that. That'll be in the near future. We've also been discussing visiting Savannah at some point. I've always wanted to go visit Savannah and haven't gotten there. So that's going to be in one of our near travels. I'm not sure when exactly, but it'll be good just to get out, have a change of scenery, and just to be able to learn more about God. I was really thinking it would be so nice to be able to find a worship concert. If you've never been to one of those, it's amazing. The vibe, just the energy, so amazing. And they're much cheaper than regular concerts. I love to see Casting Crowns when they're around.
Oh, yeah.
So we haven't checked out what's around here.
We saw them in Gainesville.
Yes, I've seen them in Gainesville, and I've also seen them in Tampa. So they are definitely good. There's a lot of good ones, but I definitely want to go to one of those soon because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But other than that, we have doctor's appointments this week and dentist appointments.
Mm-hmm.
The fun stuff. Trying to get all that established.
And we're getting the cabin established.
Yeah, we've come quite a long ways. I don't think there's too much more. There's always something else. You check something off the list, and of course you add a couple more and you think you're done, but you're really not. So there are a couple little things I still want. There's I still need the chandelier in here, and I'm looking for like a wagon wheel type of chandelier.
We located one, but the lady's not very responsive. Like she's lagging. But I think it's about a 6-foot wagon wheel with lights, so it could hang in the center. And guess where it's located? It came from an Amish family up in Ohio. So that would be kind
For
of
King and Country, yes. Love them.
Yeah. So we think a wagon wheel light fixture would look nice in here.
So I still have that. I want to get like a little small desk and maybe another little cabinet or storage for the third bedroom there. Just different light fixtures throughout the house.
And we'd like to move this studio that we have here in our living room and maybe move it upstairs. But
Yeah, because the living room's getting a little too crowded with this. I mean, I love having the mantle here,
yeah,
but we'll figure something else
backdrop.
out because this is a little crowded in the living room with this big table. And then we have a couch right there. So throughout the week, you're like
Moving
snaking through.
around,
And so we need to get them separated.
Yeah.
You got to keep them separated. So, but yeah, this week is mostly going to be doctor's appointments, getting some deals.
Still looking for some trips, maybe.
And hopefully in the near future, we can hit the Ark. And you were even talking about a Corvette museum, right?
It's in Bowling Green. Yeah, it's not too far.
So possibly we'll hit that Corvette museum. What about the groundhog? I haven't seen the groundhog. So
been quiet.
Maybe he packed up and left. Fingers crossed. I mean, we were told that there was 2 living here, but
I couldn't confirm that.
I haven't seen either one.
When we first saw him, we saw him several times, but we don't know if it's the same one or a different one.
And we only knew of one being named, and the name of that groundhog was George. So
George the groundhog.
I don't know where George the groundhog went, but that's all right. We don't need a groundhog. Oh, someone said that it's hibernating till Groundhog Day.
Well, that's
probably
fine. As long as he stays in the ground, he can stay there. When he comes
I don't know.
out,
They make tunnels and everything.
Oh, yeah, and they have.
So we'll just have to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Are groundhogs as bad as moles? Moles are probably worse,
moles
right?
Can be worse.
Yeah. Moles can be way worse. Yeah, I would definitely love to hit the road again.
Yeah, we kind of miss that, and
I need that.
And having that nice motorhome sitting in the garage, that's not good either.
Yeah, so I didn't expect that we would be this long without going on another trip. So I'm really itching for that. So I know it's going to be soon, very, very, very soon.
Yeah, we enjoy being on the road.
So this week we'll finish up with some doctor's appointments, and hopefully after that we can hit the road.
We want to go north while the weather's still permittable, and then when the snow starts getting in or the ice or the freezing temperatures,
then we can
go south.
Then we can go south.
That's when you visit Florida. When everyone else does. Right? Snowbird it up.
So we'll see. Thank you again to all our moderators. You've made everything so much easier. And I know everybody in the chat appreciates you so much because we want to have a positive experience. We love all the positive people in here. You guys are just the most wonderful, caring community, and we are completely blessed to have you. It's amazing.
Maybe we can do some more thrift store finds because people really like those.
I love the thrift stores too. Do y'all love the thrift stores? It's like this huge treasure hunt. I've always loved going there.
I mean, when you look at the videos, you can see what people like and what they don't like. As soon as we post a video, we're thinking, it's not going to do much. And then the thrift stores nail it. They kill it.
I think it would be cool too if we found, we went to a storage unit auction. We need to look up some of those because that would be so much fun. We just haven't had time,
but they have them all around here because we drive by them. We see them.
So we have to look for that, but it's so much fun. And someone says they like when we go shopping because they don't have to spend any of their money.
Yeah, I heard that. We don't spend that much at these either. And there are some that we would like someone mentioned the record player. You could sell that for $70.
I love that record player.
We just don't have time for the resale part of it.
If I honestly had more room, I would have bought that record player. I really did want it. It was so hard for me not to buy it. It really was.
That place was right down the street from here. It's on the same road.
So there's a lot of things too you'll see that bring back childhood memories or just make you think of different people throughout your life. So it's so much fun.
I mean, just because things are a great deal doesn't mean you buy them, because then what happens is now you have a cluttered cabin.
And if I was doing eBay like I used to, I would have definitely bought
different.
all those. I would have bought so much stuff. I would have bought all those Budweiser Steins for sure. But right now, I don't even know. I thought about picking that back up, but that would be just throwing a whole nother thing in the mix right now. So
it's hard when you're on the road to do that now. So you got to choose.
I'll leave it for the future because I love doing that and might pick that back up, but not in the immediate future.
Yeah, we still would like to get some more miles on that camper before we slow it down at all. Because you got to be here to do reselling.
I don't know who put that duck on our Jeep.
It was somebody at the yard sale.
Obviously, yes, but I'm not sure exactly who it was.
I don't know who it was.
We were just looking at so much cool stuff. Our attention wasn't on it.
Yeah. They were jamming the music too, and we had to like, hey, can we video here this real quick?
They were really nice people.
They were nice. It's like, do you mind turning the music down for 10 minutes?
And we still have a bunch of thrift stores I want to go check out because you never know, you might find some of that lighting in there. Get it for cheaper.
Yeah.
So, and
I'd like to find somebody with a wagon wheel. I really like that idea. I think that would look amazing.
Yes, that would be the best thing for up there to provide lighting. We did see
plus
also.
It would spread the lights out, and you could have like 8 lights on that, and it would really light up the roof, and I think it would look beautiful.
In a log cabin, you need a lot of lights.
Yeah, because the wood just absorbs the light. It just sucks it right up.
So we definitely need to do something for this living room and for the bedroom.
But it's coming along. We're happy with it. We love it.
And I still need to get somewhere to look at wallpaper. I've been looking online, but some of the sizes for the wallpaper just don't match up. And when you're doing a nature scene like that, you got to be pretty close to the size. You don't want it to be under. So you want it to be a little bit over, but not ridiculously. And
yeah, so we still have a wallpaper.
It's a very odd sized wall. So I think maybe I have to go to a store that sells wallpaper and maybe they'll have it, because looking on Amazon sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. It's very frustrating. And I really want to get that bathroom done.
Yeah. I'd like to get it done too, but it's going to take a few days.
Everything's going to take time.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll look around and see if we have some kind of wallpaper store nearby. We could go browse.
I have a rear gutter too that I noticed during the rain. The rain's going off the end of the gutter. So that gutter's clogged with leaves and I can't get to it. It's about 20 feet off the ground. So I'm not going up there. I haven't figured that out yet, but we're going to come up with a plan. That gutter's way up there.
I also say when you figure that out, make sure you have something to cover that gutter so you never have to worry about it again.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
But that gutter, who knows when it was last cleaned and how it was cleaned. But we'll get to it.
Mark's wife loves to thrift shop too. It's so much fun.
We like to window shop.
Oh, that's a good idea. Jessica says she uses a long shepherd's hook.
Is it 20 feet long?
We need a 20-foot long shepherd's hook. Do you think they have those on Amazon?
Does it extend?
Who's going to deliver that? Maybe you can just attach it to another pole,
Oh, yeah. You can tape it up.
And they might fall over in the yard. We'll have to figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
A stiff metal snake. Oh. Yeah, those gutter covers. You know, my big question too, this baffles me completely. Why do they not just sell the gutters with the gutter tops on them? It should never be sold without. I'm not understanding that at all.
There's a whole industry that wants to sell you on thousands of dollars worth of just a screen.
The leaf guard should come already attached to the gutter.
It should.
Even if they have to do a separate package, I just don't know why you would sell this product that's going to get clogged up. And they've had it on the market for how long?
Because it creates another industry.
Ah, just crazy. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got anything else?
No, I guess that's about it, y'all. That's all, folks.
Y'all hang around for What the Hales. It's been an interesting last couple videos.
For sure. For sure. I can say one thing when I watch those videos, and I hope when everybody watches those videos, it really makes you think. So
It makes me wonder, what are they thinking?
Well,
Because I don't get it.
I do wonder a lot.
I don't get it.
What are they thinking? But when you really break it down and start throwing in some logic and common sense,
and then go back and watch.
It should be pretty easy to figure it all out.
So when you hear the
A
allegations,
jukebox, yes, I do.
And you go back and watch the video clip, I'm not seeing what they're seeing.
I never
will. It makes
will.
no sense.
I never will.
And yes, there are, as Jeremy said in his last video, there are screenshots. There are inordinate amount of text messages. We have it all. We just don't put it on the video.
You got receipts?
That's for us.
You got receipts?
In case we need it, and guess what? We need it, so we got it. It's a waste of time. The whole thing's a waste of time. Waste of resources.
So we'll just keep on praying and pray for those hearts to soften and those eyes to open and the light just to keep shining. And that's all I got to say about that. I hope everybody has a wonderful week coming up.
We appreciate all our people that are following us, watching us.
We appreciate the subscribers, our moderators, all our beautiful friends out there. We appreciate everything that you guys do to support us and show us love.
Shout out to What You're Doing, Willis, and
Travis, Deanna, George, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Miss all our friends. Love everybody. Love all my peeps in Otter Creek. Miss Belinda. Love you and miss you. Deborah.
Glad you guys made it
Ellie.
through the storm.
Yep. We're so happy that God does answer prayers and he keeps a lookout on all our friends. Keep everybody in your prayers. And thank you so much for thinking of us. Yep. We love y'all.
Love you guys.
We'll say bye.
Until next time.
Until next time.
If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit it on your way out. Thanks, guys.